Hey everyone, it's Synth Designer back again with another video. Today I wanted to continue our series on Sound Design Saturdays. I've been working on some synthpop sounds. As you can see, this is an upcoming preset pack. For those of you who are not familiar with my Patreon page, I've actually given away some of these sounds already. You can join my Patreon page for a couple dollars a month. But I wanted to talk about some of these kind of keys sounds and these really nice bright leads that you could create using Serum or any other synth. I am going to use Serum today because, as you know, this is kind of my preferred synthesizer and I create a lot of presets for it. So let's take a look at how to create some of these sounds. I'm going to give you a couple examples that I've been creating recently. Let's listen to this pattern here. I have a very simple kind of chord progression here. So a very kind of classic sound to it. Got that kind of Juno-ish kind of sound to it. And as you can see here, to create some of these sounds, I really like to explore some of the wavetables that Serum has. And I really like to kind of hone in on where some of these can change. As you can see here, it's not in this kind of basic default position. Right now, it's at 43, I guess. If you were to change it here to here, to me, it has just a little bit more bite in this particular position. And when it comes to keys sounds, you can see that it's really all about kind of the envelope shape here. The opening up of this filter really does a lot as well. And it has to do with this amp envelope. So as you can see here, it's not this kind of basic sustain sound. It's kind of got this pattern, this shape to it where it has this kind of long release. And it's not fully sustained either, because if we were to have it fully sustained and opening up, it would just stay at this position. But with this kind of sustained here, it slowly comes back down, and this is why I love Serum. You can see it coming up and down. And in terms of the effects, there's some chorus here, adding that kind of 80s vibe to it. As you can hear, it's really got that kind of synthwavy, synth pop sound. And it's all about just this kind of basic shape, and having these voices of unison also gives it that nice wide dimension to it. If I were to add a little bass here underneath it and play these two patterns together, so it's got that nice kind of synthwavy vintage sound to it. And what I want to emphasize with these keys is you really don't want that full sustain sound. You want a nice kind of unique shape to it. And this is what Serum offers with this MS saw. Other synthesizers will also offer different kind of variations on saws. And I really like to kind of play around with those. So if we were to take this and let's just use a different key sound I've been working on. Again, Synthpop sounds will be out later this year. If you want early access, you could join my Patreon page for a couple dollars a month. Otherwise, of course, this will be available for free as always with all of my sounds. This one's called Delayed Bounce, so let's just listen to this. Again, kind of that vintagey sound to it. Here we have just some basic shapes. As you can see, a basic triangle and a saw. This white noise comes into play as well. You could hear it coming in if we were just to kind of take this off. That adds that nice transient to it. This triangle adds that nice dimension to it that a saw just doesn't have. It kind of rounds it off as well, again from synthpop sounds coming up. This one is more characterized by that delayed bounce. As you can hear, I added just some nice delay that kind of sustains the sound a little bit more. Again, with the bass here, we can listen to it. And that's just another way of thinking about keys sounds. Rather than having even more of a sustained sound here, we really have that kind of quick, almost plucky sound to it, but it has that kind of keys-ish dimension to it as well. So those are just a couple of the sounds I've been working on and some of the keys that you can expect in the future in some of these packs. Again, if you don't want to wait on these, just copy these settings here. Don't be afraid. Take a quick look here and a quick look here. There's a lot of very kind of basic elements to it, and it kind of gives you an idea of how you could create key sounds and use them in a couple of different contexts. Hopefully you like this video. Let me know down in the comments if you want to see different types of sound design videos. This is what this series is for, and this kind of gives you a preview of what's to come this year. Anyway, I'll see you all next time.